Hello, hello. We're going to do the last part of the Silver Eyes. Which is only 3 pages, so we're going to do that. Charlie, you look like a ghost, John said. We need to get you out of here. Okay, she said. Her thoughts were scattered, and the injury hurt less than it should have. She took deep breaths as they headed for the exit, grounded herself. John handed her a piece of cloth, and she put it to the cut to slow the bleeding. Thanks, she said, looking at him. Something was missing. Was that your tie? She asked, and he shrugged. Do I look like a tie person? She grinned. I thought it looked good on you. Jason, Marley yelled as they passed the arcade. Move it or I'm leaving you behind. Jason ran to catch up. Is Charlie okay? He said anxiously. Marlo caught her breath and put her arm around him. She's fine, she reassured him. They walked briskly down the same corridor that they entered through. Jason looked back as he was being guided out, studying the pictures on the wall once more before losing sight of them. The colored lights from the stage were fading, and the flashlight was throwing shapes and shadows on everything, making the drawings difficult to see. But Jason could swear he saw the figures moving in the pictures. They all hurried back through the empty building and out to the parking lot, not keeping watch for the guard. When they made it out of the car, Lamar, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name, who had grabbed the big flashlight, flipped it on, and shone it at Charlie's arm. She looked down at the cut. Do you need stitches, Marley asked. I'm so sorry, Charlie. We were all being careless. It's not your fault, Charlie said. She knew that she sounded annoyed, but she didn't mean to. Her voice was tight and clipped with pain. The shock had worn off, but that meant the wound had begun to hurt. It's fine, Charlie said, and after the long moment, the others gave in somewhat reluctantly. We should at least get you some stuff to clean that up. And bandage it, Marlo said, wanting to do something to atone, however small. There's a 24-hour drugstore just off the main road, Carlton offered. Charlie, why don't you go with Marla, and I'll drive your car back to the motel, Jessica said. I'm fine, Charlie protested half-heartedly, but she handed Jessica the keys. You're a good driver, right? Jessica rolled her eyes. People from New York know how to drive, Charlie. John lingered a moment as Charlie was getting into Marla's car. She smiled at him. I'm fine, she said. I'll see you tomorrow. He looked at her like there was something more he wanted to say, but he just shrugged and left. Okay, Marla said. To the drugstore. Charlie twisted in her seat to look at Jason. Did you have fun? She asked. The games don't work, he said, obviously preoccupied. Drugstore was only a few minutes away. You stay in the car, Marla commanded to Jason as they pulled to a stop. Don't leave me out here, Jason pleaded. I told you to stay, she repeated, a little confused by the fear in his voice. He didn't answer, and she and Charlie headed inside. As soon as they were gone, Jason pulled the drawing out of his pocket. He held it up under the faint light of the parking lot to examine. It had not changed back. The bunny was reaching towards a child who was facing away from him. Furious, Jason scraped at the crayon lines with his fingernails. The wax came off easy, leaving its trace on the paper. As soon as Marla passed into the Florence lid, air-controlled drugstore, she sighed and put her hand to her temple. "Oh, he's such a little brat," she said. "I like him," Charlie said harmlessly. She was still using Jaon's tie to stanch the bleeding, and now, in brighter light, she peeled it back to see the cut. The bleeding had almost stopped. It was not as bad as it had first appeared. Through the tie was irreceptibly ruined. "Hey," she said. "How come you brought Jason anyway?" Marlo didn't answer right away, setting her sights on the first aid aisle, and headed for it. "Here we are again," she said. "What do you think, guys?" "Sure, but don't call me guys." Charlie leaned into Marlo, but it was ignored. "Antiseptic," Marlon continued, grabbing the item. "The thing is," she said, "so Jason's dad and mom have been married since before he was born. I mean, obviously. Bobby, don't play with that." "And they're probably getting divorced. You know it. And Jason doesn't." "Uh-oh," Charlie said. "The fighting on time," Marla went on, "and it scares him, you know. I mean, my dad left when I was still a little kid, so I grew up with that. I was used to it, plus I got to have a great split stepdad, but for him, it's going to feel like the end of the world. And and they're sure not doing anything to make it easier. They're fighting right in front of us, so I don't want to leave him alone with that for a week." "I'm so sorry, Marla," Charlie said. "Yeah, it's okay," Marla said. "I'm leaving in a year anyway. I'm just worried about the brat out there." "She's not really a brat," Charlie said, and Marla grinned. "I know. Pretty great, right? I kind of like having him around." They paid for the supplies. The clerk, a teenage boy, didn't bat an eye at Charlie's moderately blood-splattered appearance. Outside, they sat on the hood of the car. Marlo started to open the bottle of antiseptic, but Charlie held out a hand for it. "I can do it myself," she said. Marlo looked like she was about to argue. "Don't play with those lighters, Bobby. Bobby! Play with your toys. Down there. Okay?"
Okay.
Was about to argue, but she swallowed whatever she was about to say and handed Charlie the bottle and a piece of gauze. As Charlie awkwardly cleaned her arm, Marla smiled impishly. "Speaking of people we like having around, are you having fun with John?" "Ouch, that stings. And I don't know what you mean," Charlie said primly, suddenly putting all her attention on her task. You do, too. He's following you around like a little puppy, and you are loving it." Charlie bit back a smile. "How about you and Mama?" she reported. "Me and who now?" Marla said. "Here." She held out a hand for the bloody gauze, and Charlie handed it to her, reaching for a clean strip. "You're going to have to let me tape it," Marla said. Charlie nodded and held the gaze in place as Marla reached for the tape. "Come on," see, Charlie went on. I see the way you look at him. Nope. Marla smothered down the last piece of tape and put everything back in the bag. Seriously? Charlie said as they got back into the car. You're adorable together, and your names are anagrams of each other. Marla and Lumbar. It's meant to be. Both laughing, they headed back to the motel. So that is the end of chapter 4. Yep. So yeah, if you would like to hear more of the story, just please comment down below. Like if you like this video. I'm really enjoying this. So yeah, please subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be filming every day, basically. And have a great day. Bye.